All right, Verizon has now said it is officially 7 o'clock, and we are an on-time departure, my second on-time departure today. So let's continue, not continue. When it was the first, when I got on a plane this morning from Philadelphia and made it back here, why I did it last minute like that, because it was very nerve-wracking, like what if, but it worked out just fine. Welcome, everyone. Hey, guys, how are you? We were waiting to start till you got here. All right, so you're here now, so we can start. Okay, Cantor, tell us where we're going.
We're going to start with, turn to page 10.
I love page 10.
You know page 10.
It comes after page 9.
You don't know, maybe, this beautiful poem. So in the middle of the page 10, there is a poem called Yedid Nefesh. And we're going to sing it tonight. We're going to start with this. And why are we going to start with Yedid Nefesh? Why are we going to start with this?
Yeah.
Well, Yedid Nefesh is a poem from the 16th century in Sfat in Israel by a mystic rabbi. Means that he read and learned about all kinds of things that were hidden in the Torah and outside of the Torah. And he wrote this beautiful poem called Yedid Nefesh. The translation here is heart's delight, but I can tell you Yedid is like a friend or my person, and Nefesh means soul. So this is a love poem to God. Ooh. And it is a beautiful way to start Kabbalat Shabbat by kind of jump-starting our own passion and our own excitement to bring in Shabbat together. So even if you don't know this, just la 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 along. Yes, my la 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 along. I can say that 3 times. Just sing, hum, and try to jumpstart that, excitement for Shabbat, because we all need it. So we're going to start.
All right.
Yedid nefesh avarachman, Yedid nefesh avarachman, mishoch avdecha, el retzonecha, משוך עבדך, לה 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 אל רצונך. ירוץ, ירוץ עבדך, כמו אייל, ישתחווה אל מול הדרך. From the beginning. ידיד נפש ורחמן, מדיד נפש ורחמן, משוך עבדך אל רצונך, משוך עבדך, לה 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 אל רצונך. ירוץ, ירוץ עבדך, כמו אייל, ישתחווה לה 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 אל מול הדרך. ירוץ, ירוץ עבדך, כמו אייל, ישתחווה אל מול הדרך.
Beautiful. All right, Sarah, this is that moment you're looking for the cue when to call you up. This is it. So we're gonna just, look for the either still third or come up here. Do something. All right. We're on page 3. Oh, wait, I don't do anything yet. I realized that no one can hear you. Rabbi.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של השבת.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you very much. And I can't believe that we're doing this 161st day of our loved ones in captivity, that we light the Shabbat candle for them so that we bring them and their into our space. They are not forgotten, and they join us for Shabbat. Oy. Let's continue with Kabbalat Shabbat. Maybe we'll do the Chadodi. We'll go to the Chadodi on page 20, please. Speaking of Kabbalistic poetry, mystic poetry, more in the realm of Yedid Nefesh around the same time, the Chadodi, page 20.
לחדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקורה ברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
And we face the entrance, and we, as if Shabbat were to enter the room like the bride.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We lit the candles, we sang the poetry, you have stood to welcome Shabbat by the power invested in me as Rabbi. I now pronounce us Shabbat Shalom, yay! So find someone in front of you, behind you, across the aisle, and wish them Shabbat Shalom. Say hello. Find someone you don't recognize. Say hello. All right, now that everyone is sat down, please stand up. So let's go. This is Simon said, and Simon did not say to sit down. Or actually, it's Rabbi say. Right, is right, Rabbi say. Page 28, our call to prayer. Anytime you run out of steam, you need to sit down. Go for it. Page 28.
Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. ברכו את אדוני המבורך ברוך אדוני המבורך המבורך לעולם ועד המבורך המבורך לעולם ועד.
We remain standing, but turn to the Shema on page 34.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
All right, Rabbi says everyone can sit down except for Emerson. I need your help up here. Emerson. You don't want to bring your folder if you feel more comfortable using your folder, or you need the book? You need one or the other. Book or, there you go. So we're going to turn to our Via Hafta. Come around the side. There you go. There you go. We need help. This part of the service. We're on, there you go. Emerson, you're going to lead us in the Via Hafta, which for those at home, and on page 36. I love page 36. Comes right after page 35. Okay. You start the cantor, and the rest of us will all join in. No, not yet. Now.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Awesome. Maybe we'll see you later. Maybe. I'm just saying. All right, let's continue our service with the Mi Chamocha on page 40.
Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Nedar B'Kodesh Norah Tehilot Oseh Together, Oseh נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה, פלא נורא תהילות עושה, פלא מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש.
Vishamru on page 44. We continue. We remind ourselves of the joy of Shabbat, but at the same time we have toned it down a little bit, the way we used to do it, because as long as we are not all home for Shabbat, we are still feeling a little bit of that sadness. So I can't believe that 161 days later we're still thinking about that with our hostages. So we feel, we live, and we sing in the joy of Shabbat. We're glad we're here, but just FYI. Page 44.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Page 46, we continue with our tefillah. On page 46, the words that says, Adonai, open our lips, our mouth may declare your praise, which is an invitation to enter into tefillah together. So please, let us all rise on page 46.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated as we turn to page 59 together. And at the top, we'll find a prayer together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lehodot. We take a moment and we pause from the prayers in the prayer book, and we turn to the prayers of the heart as we take a moment for silent personal meditation.
We continue with Shalom Rav on page 60. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom rav tasim leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, tasim leolam. Shalom rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam.
Well, being together as a community on Friday nights, we don't normally take Torah out traditionally, but at Kol Ami we do, because we want to have more Torah, more Torah, more Torah. So page 244, we're going to move to a Torah service as we ask you to please rise as we open the doors and take Torah out.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אב הרחמים, היטיב ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים, כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא, אדון עולמים. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדלו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח והעוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, בך אדוני הממלכה, והמית נעשה לכל לראש.
Please be seated. Please be seated. Yay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is embarrassing, but a true story. It's a true story. Why are you laughing? It's a true story. You see, what happened was Sunday, as I may have heard me mention, a couple of you, I flew out to Philadelphia for the, in this case, the international gathering of Reform rabbis. I say international because they don't like to say American because all the Canadian rabbis get offended. It's North America. So the Canadian and American rabbis, but in this particular case, there were 20, I was telling the cancer before services, 20 Israeli Reform rabbis came to join us, be with us this week, which was, I'd love to unpack that with you because they had a number of sessions with them and sharing what's going on with them in their synagogues and some incredible poetry and just some, that was intense. But it's our professional development week. It's our chance to unwind and let our hair down and, just, it was, feel the city of brotherly love. Every year it rotates, and it made me realize that for those that recall, I had neck surgery. It was the week of the conference, so it's now my anniversary of this week, I guess, of my surgery, because it would have been 2 years ago. It was in San Diego. Last year, every 7 years the conference is in Israel. So last year was in Israel. This year in Philadelphia. Next year in Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. But it was good to be with my classmates. One of the highlights is what they call the class breakfast, where our seminary hosts the breakfast for everyone, and they start with the class from this past May, and they announce the year 2020. What is it? 2020. What year is it? 2023. 2023 would have been 2023, and then they stand up. 2022. They just go through all the years, and then there's 450 rabbis in the room, and you would stand up and you'd see your classmates, and then it would get fun as it would go further back. It would be 40 years ago and 45 years ago, and then we'd celebrate those who are 50 years in the rabbinate, and then we had a few who were just beyond that. So it was a neat week, and I mentioned earlier that I just flew back today, which led me to not have time on my schedule this week to prepare to read from the Torah. So I was just wondering if anyone was willing to jump up here without notice and help me read from the Torah. Oh my God, will you do it? Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. You're really bailing me out on this one. But you know what we'll do to help you is we'll do the blessing with you or for you, and then you'll read Torah for me because you're bailing me out. So page 250 with Cantor Noah.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. Keep going. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. Amen.
Now, we didn't plan this, so I don't know what you're going to read, but if I were you, I would read this right here. So you just do you. So, okay. I want to be over here being just grateful that you're here.
Ele pekudei hamishkan mishkan haidu asher pukad al pi Moshe avodat halviim beyad Itamar ben Aharon hakohen Uvisael ben Uri ben Hur lemate Yehuda asa et kol asher tziva Adonai et Moshe.
Wow, that's really cool. I didn't even tell you. You turn around and tell everyone who you are. I didn't even introduce you or introduce yourself since you did this last second bailing me out thing. Tell us who you are. What's your name?
Emerson,
Emerson. What brings you out tonight?
my bat mitzvah.
Really? Oh, that's so cool. Well, too much, we're out of time. So how about tomorrow? We pick this up and we'll read more.
Yep.
Yeah, is you free? 10:30 work for you?
Yeah, that
Okay,
works.
good job. Oh, yay. Okay. All right. Well, Emerson, if you didn't notice this, I would show everybody. Check this out. You can visually see it. I'm going to just turn a little bit and look at this. I think I mentioned it too. I think you mentioned it tomorrow in your Devar Torah. So you're reading the last, get out of the way, they can't see. So you make a better wall than a window. So this is the portion. Now you can see how long a portion is because that's the break in the Torah, which is the end of the book of Exodus. We move into the book of Leviticus. So you always wonder, like, we're reading the portion. How long is a portion? Well, this is a very relatively short portion, but it's there you go. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. 4 columns is the Torah portion. And that's all you need to know. Hey, Emerson, thank you so much. When we finish the Torah portion, we say chazak, chazak, benit chazek. As we finish, we are strengthened and we grow. We look forward to hearing the rest of the Torah portion tomorrow. So you're off the hook until tomorrow. Bye. We're going to add some prayers out. Do we do the blessing before we do the blessings? We do the blessing. I don't know. I haven't done this in a week. We do the blessing. Okay, the blessing. Blessing after.
1, 2, 3. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. So we add what are called mishaberachs, which I just Englishized the Hebrew word, referring to extra prayers that we would, with the Torah out, that we'd think that would be wonderful additions to the service at this point. And so I told you that the group of rabbis came and they shared this wonderful prayer called A Prayer for the State of Israel, its security forces, and the hostages. So we read a version of this on Saturday mornings, but this one is just perfect. May it be your will that the state of Israel be a home in which all its residents can live with love, solidarity, peace, and friendship. May it be a place of security, serenity, and trust, where the spirit of generosity and loving kindness flourishes. May hate, animosity, fear, terror, and indifference find no place in it. May all its leaders and officials be blessed with wisdom, integrity, and fairness. Guard, protect, and give courage to all who serve and defend the state of Israel. May its soldiers, reservists, police, rescue, and security forces return home in sound body and mind. May we witness the safe return in body and in soul of all the captives and the missing, for it is written, for in joy you will go forth and be guided in peace. The mountains and hills will exult before you in joyous song. Bless all the residents who keep the country functioning through hard work, love, and commitment, so that we may see better days and prophecies fulfilled. As we all say, Amen. A beautiful prayer indeed, and all-inclusive. So we will add another Mishaberach of healing and wholeness for those that we may be feeling broken this Shabbat, a family member, a loved one, yourself, community, whatever you see fit. Brokenness can be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and if you wish to share a name out loud, we'll offer a sense of wholeness to the brokenness. On page 253, we'll find the words to our Mishaberach of healing and wholeness. So you think of those that we named aloud and those that we've named in our hearts.
Mishaberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with רפואה שלמה. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We're going to return our tour to the Ark, and I'm going to invite Jack and Toby, if you will both help me lift and dress the Torah. Yes, that is not I voluntold you. You can't say no. So please rise as we return toward the Ark.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר. דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
I've never felt so short. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, guys. Please be seated. So as I mentioned, I returned quick trip. We stayed downtown, actually the building right next to City Hall. And I had a chance, taking the sights. We were there an extra day with my classmates, and we got on the on-off, what do you call it, the hop-on-off bus. And went around town. We ran the steps for Rocky. I watched my classmates run the steps of Rocky. I was like, go! Actually, truth, you know me, I played the song on my phone. I was like, you go, I'll play the song. My neck, I didn't want to hurt my neck. Yeah, that's right. And beautiful weather, it was a great place, but I got to tell you, we did go to the Flyers game last night. In full disclosure, went to a hockey game last night. Toronto won, but it's okay. I couldn't help but notice, maybe it's because we're out here in Scottsdale and we don't see it, unless you go downtown in Phoenix. I couldn't help notice the just incredible vast number of individuals experiencing homelessness in downtown Philadelphia, especially around the hotel, around the Reading Market, which, by the way, I learned when you're on the hop-on-off bus, you learn that Monopoly was created from Philadelphia. The 4 railroad tracks we were in Reading Market and Pennsylvania. Anyway, so it was, so we ate, the hotel was across the street from Reading Market, so we would eat every day in Reading Market and just go back over to the hotel. And I hate to say it, like, walk around it, walk over it. I mean, it was just, they're all just right outside. And it reminded me of a real-life event shared by a classmate, Rabbi Farkas, where he tells about Tanya, a person that he knew well experiencing homelessness. And he shared that the worst part of her time being homeless was her alienation and her loneliness, because she was ashamed of her situation and she felt that she had let others down in her life. Can you imagine? She's the one on the street, but she feels that she's let down others. And when she sat day after day on the streets, she felt she lived with an invisible wall between her and the rest of the world. It was like she was in solitary confinement right there on the street corner. No one would look at her and no one would speak to her. She said that she would go weeks without ever hearing her name being said aloud. She was asked what kept her going, what made her get up in the morning. She simply said, "I just don't know how I made it, but I do know that I did." This is what many philosophers call the idea of having faith, living in the absurd, because we can never know life's true meaning. These particular thinkers teach us that we have facts that are discovered by science, but to have faith is to move away from fact. Faith to them is something different. The philosophers teach us that to have faith is to go on an adventure that gives rise to a sense of our own trust in ourselves, our individualism. To have faith, they tell us, is to move from the comfort to a discomfort, from the known to the unknown. These are what are called, if you've heard this term, the absurdists. That's literally what the philosophers call these people who believe this. The absurdists look at Tanya as an example of life's meaninglessness, because there she is, alone and afraid, imprisoned right out there in the open on the street, with nothing but faith to carry her forward. They would say, this is the truest faith in face of uncertainty, alone, afraid, and hopeful. And Judaism has a different understanding of faith. To me, Tanya's story is not proof of an individual's heroic faith, but what happens when society fails to have faith in each other. And that's what we read about in Pekudei, in this week's Torah portion. We see the Jewish form of faith, where the Israelites have built the tabernacle, and the tabernacle is a place that is a home for God and a place where the divinity meets humanity. The place brings all of the various parts of the tabernacle to Moses and blesses them. And at the very end of this portion, which I pointed out to you, the very end, when Moses has assembled all that people have offered and donated and put together, it is only then that God shows up and fills the Mishkan, the tabernacle. And with that, the book closes. It is until the very moment at the end of the book that there's no actual guarantee that God would actually show up. And for the last, 4 Torah portions, we've been reading about the building of this thing, the details, an incredible amount of ink has been spilled, if you will, over the building of this tabernacle, and we never know if it's actually going to work. It was only then that God says, "Build me a sanctuary so that I may dwell among you." We just do not know what will happen when it's assembled and the work is finished. When God makes the command to Moses, God is taking the risk that human beings will listen and will accept to cooperate to build this home for the divine on earth. A human being is not the same as human capital. You are not an object to be recognized, used, and discarded the way Tanya was. The greatest risk, the godly risk, we take is believing in other people and to pour our lives into other people. We are living, breathing, souls-filled creatures, and we deserve a faith of others, just as they deserve to have ours. Is it a risk? Yes, it is a risk to believe in others, but the higher the risk, the higher the reward. The rabbis do something extraordinary with this moment right there at the end of the portion. They ask, what does it take to bring God's presence into the tabernacle? The rabbis quote that it is the righteous who bring God to earth, for they create the merit among the people for God's presence to dwell. In other words, it is our godliness that brings God. It is our faith in each other in working together that gives God faith in us. God becomes close to us because we come close to each other. Faith is not to go from the known to the unknown. To have faith is to go from the unknown to the known. To have faith is to take the risk of vulnerability and reach across that anonymous space that separates us from the other, from our neighbor. To let them see us in our brokenness and our vulnerability. Faith is relational. Tanya shared that the first time she heard her name, she was shocked. Because hearing her name, she suddenly realized that she was a person. She was no longer an object or a tax, a moral tax on society. When she heard her name, she heard and found her humanity again. Someone reached out to her to help her get off the streets. She's been sober, she's been clean, she's been living in a home for 15 years, and all it took was one person to know her name, to have an outstretched hand and a mighty arm to pull her up and to bring her home. Someone took a risk, and she was redeemed. Faith in modern times is tough, but as the book of Exodus comes to a close this week, both God and the people take a risk with each other. What would it be like if we built a world on this sort of risk-taking? What kind of world would it be if we poured our life into others, starting with our neighbors, the people in our own community? Perhaps we can just start right here before we get lost in over there, thinking about making it a just and peaceful world. For we start in our own homes, in our own communities, in our own place where we can make a world that is a home for God. As we say, Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will. Amen. So, I believe it is a week from tonight, correct? Oh my goodness. A week from tonight kicks off the Purim shenanigans. Now, you're probably asking, what are the Purim shenanigans? I'm so glad you asked. The Purim shenanigans, instead of one moment of celebration, we're going to make the shenanigans last all weekend. So Friday night, we are having a week from tonight, Beatles Shabbat, but not just Beatles. Should we tell them what we're going to do? We should know. Okay, right. So it's a part of the shenanigans. It will be shenanigized. And we... The Purim holiday is meant to just turn life upside down and make it crazy and fun and silly. And so that Cantor and I can do well. So we have next Friday should be fun. Next Saturday night is for you adults who want to join us for music bingo. We'll have some fun. We'll have a little Purim stuff at the beginning, and then we'll have fun with the evening, only to lead us into Sunday morning, where we are doing family Purim for all of our families from kindergarten through 12th grade. I heard we already have a very large crowd, but I'd love to invite you to Friday and Saturday night It does require that you tell us in advance that you're coming, so the links are in your various emails. If you don't get those emails, just let me know, and I know a guy who knows a guy who can get you in. Just have to tell me, and I will tell myself. Yeah. But wait, there's more.
I know it's in the future, but
Yes.
in 3 more weeks, we're going to have a jazz Shabbat.
Ooh.
So that's going to be something new to experience. And I just would like to welcome a very wonderful cantor. We have Chazan Mimi. I'm going to butcher your last name, so I apologize. So I would like to welcome her. She's from LA, and she has helped me along the way, my own journey. So glad to have you.
Wow.
Kavod, respect to you. Thank you for being here tonight.
Vod HaChazan, welcome. Glad you're here with us. But wait, if you haven't thought about it, if Purim is coming, that means that Passover is not long behind. And indeed, I was just putting the final touches on approving the Passover flyer. And we will have second night Seder, which, do you have any idea when that is? I don't actually remember. What night of the week is that? Is that a Monday or Sunday? Sunday? Monday. Now you got to make me look
Monday.
it up now. Tuesday? I had a 1 in 7 chance to get that right. All right, so Tuesday night, we're hosting second night Seder. I can't believe that we're already talking about Seder. Let's just get through Purim. Okay. Are there any other? So tomorrow morning we have Torah study in the morning at 9. We have Bat Mitzvah. We have Sunday school. We have Purim, and that's just the next week. So plenty going on. If you don't know about these things, you don't get the emails, you can get the emails. Just let me know. We're going to finish the service with concluding prayers by inviting up all those who are not yet a bar or bat mitzvah. Some may have hours to go. Some may have weeks to go. No, I don't think we have any young people here tonight. So we only have aging young children. Oh, there you go. You put your head down. Lucy over there. Okay. So if you will help us open the ark, this is your final walk of your Jewish childhood right here, as you will be a Jewish adult tomorrow. The rest of us will please rise. We're on page 282. Yep.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We remain standing as we turn on page 294, as we think about loved ones we may have lost in recent days, or those that we lost at this season years past who may be observing a yard site. If you wish to share a name out loud, I invite you to share, or you can share in your heart. We gather the names and the memories as we say Kaddish together. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divrach Yotev Lamich Machutei B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Le'olam Ameh Almaya Yit Barach V'Yit Shabach V'Yit Pa'ar V'Yit Romam V'Yit Naseh V'Yit Hadar V'Yit Halev V'Yit Halal Shemei Kudasha Brichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechemata Da'amiran Be'alma V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Zichronam Levracha, may all of their names and memories be for a blessing, as indeed we say, Amen. Jay, will you join us back on the beam one more time? This is your solo. But if you ask nicely, the cantor will sing it for you. Would you like to do it? Or you want the cantor to do it? Okay, I don't want to assume anything. You know what I mean?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים קיוונו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Great stuff. And we're going to stay here. We're going to invite your wife and family, whoever you wish to come up here. We're gonna family. We're grateful for family. So, you guys want to come up? Come on up. Come on. We're gonna hold the challah. The challah represents the bounty, and we are feeling blessed this Shabbat, which I want to say here. Jay and Sarah, your family, raise your hands. Your family and friends that are here. So we're grateful for your friends and family that are here. If I don't know what we call them, the regulars. Regulars, raise your hand. We're grateful for our regulars. If you're a guest tonight that are visiting Kol Ami for first or in a while, raise your hand. We're welcome to you. So we're all together as a community, and we're thankful. So we make motzi.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לחם מן הארץ בתיאבון.
In a moment, we're going to finish a final song, but we invite all of you to go into the social hall, which is, well, there's only one way to go. And first round of cookies are on Jay. So Jay's buying, and we'll see you inside. Let's finish with our singing of Oseh Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. La 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 Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. You can put your book.